I mean, yeah, I'm saying 9, but knowing me, it'll probably be like 4 tops. Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife and today I'm going to take you through 9 of the books from my Netgalley shelf that I'm going to try and get read this November. Because my Netgalley shelf is out of control. I have 93 books on there, 2 of which are audiobooks, and they all date back from like early 2019, which isn't a good look. So I have got some tips on how you can up your Netgalley game, but considering how high my Netgalley shelf is, probably don't pay attention to all of them. In November, I'm going to try and shave off 10% of that. So if I can get 9 of the books on that shelf read, I am happy. First on the list is The Christmas Swap by Sandy Barker, and Sandy is fast becoming one of my favourite chick lit women's fiction romance authors. So this follows a group of 3 friends, Chloe, Jules, and Lucy, who are feeling a little bit of ennui and kind of want to spice up their Christmas a little bit. So they decide to each swap locations. So Chloe, who is from Australia, goes to England for Christmas. Lucy, who is from England, goes to Colorado for Christmas. And Jules, who is from Colorado, goes to Australia for Christmas. And what's better than one Christmas romance? 3 in 1 book. I love the idea of this. It sounds really like The Holiday, like that film that starred Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz. I really, really love that film. And I genuinely think that that is going to be a big reason why I'm going to really enjoy this book. Not just because it's like The Holiday, but also because I really love Sandy Barker as a writer. And so next on the list is The Black Kids by Christina Hammond Reid. This one is kind of a special one for me because it is set in 1992 and I was born in 1992. So I have that kind of very tenuous link to it, and I think that that's going to be a reason why I enjoy it, to have the nostalgia for the year that I was born 6 months into and can barely remember. But it follows a girl called Ashley and 4 of her other friends, and they're kind of gearing up for the best summer of their lives when there is an attack on another black person in their area. And suddenly they aren't just the girls who are around the country, they aren't just the girls around the city, they are the black kids. And it's kind of focusing on their change in reputation from kind of the popular girls that everybody is looking out for to now the black girls that everybody is looking out for in a different way. Next on the list is 1 Week in Spring Hollow by Lucy Knott. And I have tried 4 different times not to say 1 Week in Stars Hollow because I am on like a Gilmore Girls rewatch and it's all that's on my brain right now. So this book is about a girl called Scarlett who had a best friend called Devin when she was growing up. And one day he and his family left for New York without any kind of explanation, any kind of a goodbye. They just kind of unpacked and left. But he comes back to the area one Christmas and he's spending a week there, but he is now a major Hollywood star. And it's kind of about them reconnecting, and is there more than just a friendship there? I love the idea of a Christmas romance, and November is kind of the time that I start reading Christmas romances, so this is definitely up my street. Next on the list is Stuck on You by Porsche Mackintosh, and this is the 4th Porsche Mackintosh book that I'm going to read, and I have loved all of the other 3 so far. So I have very high hopes for this, not just because of the author, but again because of the content. It sounds to me a little bit like The Flat Year by Beth O'Leary, which was one of my highlights from 2019. So I have a feeling I'm going to really enjoy this one. This is about Sadie, who works as the PA for a busy artist in London, and she does a desk share with some guy that she has never met, and they kind of start a relationship and fall in love and communicate over post-it notes that they leave on the desk for the person to come in and read the next morning. That sounds so flat share. I am so in. The next one has gotten so much buzz, and to be honest, I can't really believe that I got approved for a copy of this. I just sent out the request, not really on a whim, but saying, I'm gonna not likely get a copy of this, but that's okay. I'll just wait until it comes out because I still really want to read it. And that is The Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. I love Richard as a presenter, and I have heard such great things about his first book. I've heard that it's so well written and it's really gripping. I cannot wait to get it started. But you see, the thing is, I actually got sent a copy of it recently from my wish list on Amazon by Chelsea from Chelsea Reads, and I am so grateful for that, that I think if I'm kind of feeling a little bit of samey with reading everything on my Kindle and everything is going to be an ebook, that now, because I have the finished copy, I can kind of go into that and say, okay, I have a paperback, well, a hardback that I can zip into, and it's a change up of format. So if I'm in a bit of a reading slump, it'll bring me out a bit. So what is the book about? It's about 4 octogenarians who are living in a nursing home in the UK, and they find out about a murder that's happened recently and that nobody has solved, and they kind of take it upon themselves to solve it themselves. It sounds really Halloween-y and something that I should have read in October, but I love like a cozy kind of a murder mystery when the nights are drawing in, and the clocks just went back last week, so there is plenty of time in the evening to curl up on my reading chair with a blanket, with a candle, with a tea, with some biscuits, and with this book, and read a murder mystery and just engross myself in it. And so next on the list is Finding Love at the Christmas Market by Jo Thomas. I have a lot of experience of Christmas markets because I live in Germany and they are everywhere. Like every city in Germany has some form of a Christmas market. There is one here in the city that I live in, and the tree is the tallest Christmas tree in the world. You can look it up. It is huge. But due to the situation that's happening in the world, there aren't going to be as many Christmas markets, and the ones that there are going to be a little bit kind of pared back. There isn't going to be as many stalls. There aren't going to be as many people let in. It might not even run for as long as Christmas markets generally do. So what I felt like, if I was missing Christmas markets, which is likely to happen because I really like going to them, if I was missing that kind of walking around, smelling the like roasted almonds, getting a crepe, getting some glühwein, if I'm missing that, what better way to substitute it than a book that is set at a German Christmas market? That said, I don't know if it is set at a Christmas market in Germany or a German-style Christmas market somewhere in the UK. I'm assuming it is actually somewhere in the UK that has like a German-style Christmas market, which I have been to at the South Bank in London, and it was really, really good. But this book is about Connie, who is a single mother, and she is working as a carer in a nursing home. Reading like a lot of books about nursing homes in the next month. But Connie hasn't been very lucky in love. She's done a lot of online dating, but hasn't really worked out recently. So some of her patients from the care home set her up on like a blind date at a Christmas market, and it kind of goes on from there. Like I said, if I'm starting to really miss Christmas markets, definitely something I'm going to be reading. And so next on the list is One Family Christmas by Bella Osborne. This was actually released recently, but I haven't gotten around to it yet because that's the story of my life. So this is about Lottie, who is planning one final Christmas at her childhood home before it is either sold or renovated or demolished or something happens to the house. But she invites every single member of her family. And what happens when you invite every single member of your family is that all of their secrets kind of tend to come with them too. And these secrets are kind of revealed and let out over the course of this little family get together. But somebody else who turns up at the kind of festivities is Lottie's first love, who she hasn't seen in like 10 or 15 years. And it's all about them kind of rekindling that feeling, getting to know each other again, and possibly ending up back together. Next on the list is, surprisingly, not a Christmas book. It is The Love Study by Chris Ripper, which is about a guy called Declan who has been really, really unlucky in love recently. So he signs up to be in this kind of a survey or study run by Sydney, who is a non-binary YouTuber with like a dating advice section on their channel. And then, of course, Declan starts falling for Sydney, which I am very excited to see how that's going to run out. Sydney, as I have just mentioned, is non-binary. So there is LGBT rep in this book, and I am praying and hoping and wishing and everything that it's going to be done right and that it's not going to be just mishandled, because I really want to see it done well, and I really want to see it kind of move more into mainstream books and be a lot more prevalent on the bookshelves. And so finally, we're back to the festive reading, because I cannot get enough festive reading, and it is A Perfect Parish Christmas by Mandy Baggett. I have really enjoyed every Christmas book of Mandy's that I've read recently, and this is her new offering, which was released in this year. So it's about Keely and Ethan, who both escaped to Paris for Christmas just to get a kind of a new sense of surrounding, or to escape some problems that are happening back at home, to escape like a breakup and just reset. But they keep running into each other while they're in Paris, and they're kind of starting to see this as a sign that maybe they should forget what's happening back at home, kind of move on from the past and just jump into the future. Those are the 9 books that I am, fingers crossed, going to get through in November. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.